Hi, welcome to Yoga with Chris and Jackie. I'm Jackie and I'm going to take you through a hip opening sequence today. So find a comfortable seat on your mat and let's do it. So to begin with, one of my favorite hip openers and one that is quite common throughout all of yoga is child's pose. Child's pose is a really wonderful posture that opens your hips and helps you get down into the earth. So if you lean back on your heels with your knees open and reach out in front of you and take a breath here. Sinking back towards your heels. Really try and get into those hip muscles. Reach your hands out in front of you, feeling your arms stretch from your shoulders all the way down through your hands. And just take a few deep breaths here. Inhale to come up. Opening up your hips is a really great way to open up your sacral chakra, which is the root of creativity. Opening up the sacral chakra is really good. At times, you might be feeling maybe a little bit low. Maybe your confidence in yourself isn't super high. So, if you open up this area of your body, which is kind of in this deep core belly, actually towards the base of your spine, you might feel a little bit better. You might feel a little bit more inspired and ready to take on the day. Another great hip opener, of course, is Happy Baby. This one, unlike Child's Pose, which of course is facing down, faces up into the sky. So just come onto your back in the nice, comfortable position. Bring your legs up to the sky just like a baby and grab the outsides of your feet and gently pull your knees and legs back and rock side to side if that feels comfortable. This feels so good. This position is really great in the morning or in the evening when you're ready to go to bed. I like it in the morning because my hips tend to be quite tight when I get out of bed. So this is a really nice one to try at the beginning or end of your day. When you're ready, come back up to a seated position. And come to a squat or malasana. Place your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. Bring your hands to heart center with your elbows pressing towards your knees. This can be really intense for some people, so do whatever feels comfortable. If you need a little support, placing a block under your bum could really help you in this position. If you're quite comfortable here, you can press your hands together and kind of press those knees apart. Tightening up through your core and through your back. Hold it here for a few breaths. One more inhale. and release. Loosening up the hips can help loosen up the fear that might be holding us back. When you have a blocked sacral chakra, that feeling of fear or anxiety might be taking over. So loosening up, opening your hips can help relieve these feelings that might be holding us back. So really good to incorporate it into your everyday practices, but especially useful if you might have a particularly stressful event coming up in your life, or are going through something or want to go through something, but you just can't quite get there. A really good hip opener, one of my favorites, is pigeon pose. And you can take this in a few different ways. So to come into pigeon pose, push up into a downward dog. Make sure your hips, your feet are hips width distance. You're pressing through your palms, up through your shoulders. Rotate your shoulders outwards and push your back straight. Take your right leg, step it up into the air, and then bring it forward. Bring your right foot just behind your left hand and try and place your knee behind your right hand. Bring your left knee to the ground. You will really feel this deeply within the back of your hip. As you can see, my hip doesn't quite get to the ground, and that's totally fine. You might want to take a block and place it right under your hip if you need to. If this feels comfortable, you can either go down towards the ground, bow down, or more introspective posture. Or something I particularly love, especially for getting through that fear that might be holding me back, is pressing upwards, which just feels so amazing. Take a few deep breaths here. Sinking down into your hip, slowly releasing the tension there. Our hips do so much work always for us. They support us all the time. The muscles can become very, very tense. As I mentioned, we can also hold a lot of fear here, a lot of tension. So loosening up these muscles is a really great way to rid your body of those negative feelings. Take one more deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, step it back. Oh yeah, stretch it out. Back into your downward dog. This time take your left leg and step it up. And then bring your knee behind your left hand and your foot behind your right hand, placing your right knee on the ground and pointing your right toes back. You might feel a difference side to side. Left side might be more open or might be more tight. So lean into it. If you went down on your last round, I suggest that you go down again, or you can stay up with me, puffing your chest forward, raising your face up towards the sky in a triumphant position. Really feeling that deep stretch through your hip. Don't forget to use a block if that feels comfortable. Even if you don't usually use a block, it's fun to try one sometimes to feel the difference. Take another deep breath here. Come back to downward dog. And then down into child's pose, which we practiced earlier. Okay, come up to a seated position. Feeling better already. So another really wonderful hip opener is the supine twist. This is one of my all-time favorites. I love this again in the morning or at night. It's so good for relieving that lower back pain. Lower back pain is actually often associated with a blocked sacral chakra. So this position is really good for relieving that pressure that you might be feeling. So come to lie on your back. Bring your right knee up into your hands. Bring it up to your armpit and really feel that beautiful stretch through your hip. And then slowly take your leg across your body to the left side, maybe scooching your bum back a little bit. And letting your knee fall wherever is comfortable. You can take your hands out straight. You can also cactus them if you like. I find this is extra opening for my spine and shoulders, so I like to cactus my arms. And then take your head and gently roll it to the right. Just let your body sink into this. There's no rush here. Enjoy it. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale. Bring your right leg back to center and lie it on the ground, arms down by your sides. Take your left knee up towards your left armpit. And then bring it slowly over to your right side. Oh, I can really feel a difference here. Again, cactusing or keeping your arms out straight. You could even hold your knee. If you're floating a little bit above the ground, you can kind of hold your knee just gently. Don't push it. But if that feels comfortable, then you can do that. And hold here, turning your head towards the left. Inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale through the nose and bring your leg back to center and your arms down by sides. Well, I hope you're feeling better. I know I do. I found that very relaxing. Thank you so much for joining me. Chris and I are so excited to share yoga and health with you. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks very much. Namaste.